up with your text in a few moments. And Cecil, I am taking this from Pro Football Focus, read an article, and they did every team, right? So if you got a favorite team and you want to go find it, Pro Football Focus has the article for you. But
Sure.
I care about the Broncos. And they had their ideal haul, that's the term I stole from them, with 20, Ashton Genty. I think you like that one. Number 51, a wide receiver from Miami named Xavier Rostropo. I wrote that down phonetically and I still screwed it up. What an idiot. He had 69 catches, real nice, 1,100 yards and 11 touchdowns last season. And then their third pick, it's the 85th overall in the third round, is an inside linebacker, Jeffrey Bassa from Oregon. I didn't know much about Bassa or Rostropo, so I watched some of their highlights last night. That's all it is a highlight package. And really actually liked the kid from Miami, the wide receiver. He looked a little small on the field, but he can certainly move. Cecil,
He can fly.
I saw him several times identify while running the route, the soft spot in the zone, and then just turn around and chill. Kick it. Wait for the football. Absolutely love seeing that because we talked so much about the Broncos needing to attack the middle of the field a little bit more last year. So that's a guy that hadn't really been on my radar that is now on my radar, the kid from Miami. So that's their three. Well, before I give you mine, what do you think of those three? I know what you think about Ashton, but what about the wide receiver and Bassa from Oregon?
Yeah, you get playmakers, and you get a speed guy, and then you get a linebacker that can cover. So that checks all the boxes. The Oregon thing might be a little cute, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Because he knows Bo Nix. Have you heard of Bo Nix? The Broncos want to draft you. So maybe that's a little cute. But yeah, it's worth a discussion. I still believe defensive tackle in this class is something that you should be focusing on. Your first two picks need to be a tight end or a running back. After that, I like defensive tackle, not linebacker. There's other linebackers that, we'll be previewing for people on this show.
Yeah, that is 100% true. So I don't have the speed you talked about there with what you're wanting in the three. But I go ideal haul, okay? And Ashton Genty would be great. We've talked about that a lot. At 20, I'm not sure that's the play. Colston Loveland, Jihad Campbell, I told you about him yesterday. I just went back and watched more highlights of him last night because I love watching him run around.
Nice.
And then you need a running back, right? I'm still kind of sticking with the Devin Neal there. I think that's what an ideal haul for me would look like. You get tight end in Colston Loveland, you get inside linebacker, a coverage guy in Jihad Campbell, and then you address the running back of Devin Neal. I think that would be my ideal haul. What would yours be, Cease?
Yeah, that's a really good haul, by the way, because you get Devin Neal. You had me at Devin Neal.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, you had me there at Devin Neal. So that's a
Is
a great
85
spot.
like? Would he be there?
Should be.
Okay.
He should be. And full disclosure, when I talk to guys like Chad Ryder from NFL Network, who regularly does 7-round mock drafts for fun, because he's nuts. Okay.
We got to get Chad
And
on the
I've
Call
told-
of Duty, man.
Yeah, exactly. I have revealed my love of Devin Neal to Chad. He's like, yeah, I like him in the 5th. I'm about to spit out my drink. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I like him in the 3rd. So, if the 5th is where he's at or where he possibly could be, then maybe. And maybe it's a man crush, and maybe I'm totally wrong about Devin Neal. But I like that as a start, a beginning, if you will, for everything that the Broncos need at the running back position. And Dream Hall, it's Ashton Genty, okay? First and foremost, it's Ashton Genty. Second up, so want to say Mason Taylor so we can play Auntie Chill.
That would be a lot of fun.
Ever, of all time, ever. Just want to hear it.
I know, I'm searching. I'm searching.
Just want to live it.
Now I'm nervous. I'm like starting to sweat. Here we go.
Auntie Chill. Yes, I wish we could play that forever and ever and ever. But if not, Elijah Arroyo.
Okay.
Elijah Arroyo.
His body seems so weird to me for a tight end.
Yeah, well, Harold Fannon's body's weird. He has almost like an Antonio Gates type of stride, if you will. So, there's some weird tight ends. But there's also some great tight ends. And Elijah Arroyo is that guy for me because of that athletic profile. And again, he's a receiver and he needs to learn how to block. Yeah, I don't care. I don't need the guy. He's a really great blocker. Adam Troutman's here. Nate Adkins is here. I don't need the other guys to be like that. To be like, oh, we better get some more blockers here. So if we go down to the third round, because we're talking about Dream Hall, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he would be there. And I don't think Arroyo's got a lot of buzz. Now, the production and everything, he's really, really raw. Like, Arroyo means you better get Juwan Johnson in free agency. Full disclosure, Ashton Genty means you don't need Aaron Jones. Genty's your guy, and then take Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt as an undrafted free agent. If you get Elijah Arroyo, then you're talking about you better have Juwan Johnson. You better have a veteran, not Taysom Hill. Get the other Saints tight end that's a free agent. And then he can be your insurance, your guarantee on the box while Elijah Arroyo, develops.
Yeah,
right.
I like that
as a playmaking tight end for you. Now to the defensive line. Don't think he's going to be there, but I do believe the Broncos have talked to him. Don't at me, bro. But Deion Walker, and hold on. He's from Kentucky.
Okay.
But he's 6'7", 331 pounds. Can play 0 technique, 1 technique, 3 technique, and 5 technique. It's basically all across your defensive line.
He can do it all.
Yeah, very few people play 7. Okay, 7's the wide guy. Von Miller could play 7. Nick Benito could play 7. We're not talking about the wide 7 here. But all those techniques he can play across the defensive line. And he's 6'7". So get your hands up. We're playing pickup basketball. Get your hands up. You get a Deion Walker in the third, and again, he may not be there, but I like that idea and addressing your defensive tackle with better depth.
Yeah, and look, I told you this week that was one of the biggest things I learned from you and hearing the conversations you're having with folks is that defensive tackle, it might, if best player available is your draft strategy, and it is for pretty much everybody, I don't know how you could ignore one of those players. You know what I mean? You're gonna be on the clock at either 20, 51, or 85 as we're talking about the ideal haul for the first 3 rounds. With one of those, I mean, you'll definitely be at 20 and likely at 51 with one of those top, what would we say, 41 that got the invite. So one of those 41 will be sitting there chilling, waiting for you to pick. It just becomes how much do you want that to be your, in this instance that we're talking about, your second or third round pick.
And get what you can't coach. I believe, perhaps negatively, I've influenced Andrew Mason.
Oh.
Because years ago, we argued about Tariq Woolen.
What's he doing? He's in Starbucks like, what's up, girl? Give me some of that coffee.
Exactly. I said he's 6'4" and can run a 4.2. And Mason's argument was always like, yeah, but he doesn't know what he's doing. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. He's 6'4" and he runs a 4.2. And Tariq Woolen, and he's had some struggles this last year, but still, pretty good starting corner. Deion Walker is a player that he really appreciates. Again, 6'7", 331. If he's not there, and again, he may not be there in the third round, I pretty much know Jordan Phillips from Maryland is. He's shorter, but still a defensive tackle that can come in and be disruptive, 6'2", and can 312 pounds, and can be incredibly disruptive right off the jump, right off the snap. So if you talk about that quick snap instinct, a run stuffer, but also a penetrator, then Jordan Phillips comes into play. Talk to Eric Edholm from NFL.com. I said, and we're talking about defensive tackle depth. I said, tell me, Phillips is my guy. Like, my man crush is Jordan Phillips. He's like, that's a good man crush. It's a good one to have. Saw this guy on the All-Star road trip. He can make plays and make plays for the Broncos. Again, I think defensive tackle should be your third-round pick. So if Deion Walker's not there with his freakish size, then Jordan Phillips with his freakish motor is right there in the middle.
Okay. A couple quick texts. DY in Monument says, first-round dream scenario is Tyler Warren. No second-round pick because you traded that to go up and get Tyler Warren. Third-round pick is Devin Neal. I don't think anybody would be upset about that either because you would land that Tyler Warren. Another quick text here, a dream haul, and they're throwing a trade into this. I like this going off the board a little bit. Dream haul, package Zach Wilson. Well, you'd have to re-sign him first. Plus this year's fourth-round pick and next year's first-round pick. Holy cow. F them picks, huh? To go get – they meant to – you're definitely using talk to text here. But what they meant to say is Ashton Genty. And then you still would be in line to select Colston Loveland. So they're giving up everything to get Ashton Genty, Cease. I don't even think you're up for that.
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter the price. I'm a little afraid to ask what talk to text made Ashton turn into.
It's not good. It's not good at all. But I know what they meant. I know what they meant there.
Okay, Aston, huh? All right. Okay, there you go. Ashton.